this is where you get too tired to keep dancing. This is the come down, Carol. This is when you, after that, then you go, ah, and you have to come down. Sometimes it's good, sometimes a come down not so good. Sometimes a come down, actually, Carol, I would say always. The come down is the worst part of the high. Don't you think? The come down is always not as good as the high. What's up with that? Why is the come down always so bad? So, beautiful insanity. Did you watch it live, Carol?
I watched some of the news conference.
Oh, when you watched it live, they didn't know if it was going to crash or what. Yeah. And every step of the game, perfect. Every step. This is a good moment for monkeys, monkeys. Good moment for monkeys. Yes, it is. Are you proud? Do you feel proud? Do you feel anything? Are you jaded? Kids, parents, anybody. Do you get it? Go humanity. No! Go monkey-manity. Go monkety. Monkety, that's it. That's our new word, Carol. Monkety. Do you realize what we did? We came out of the trees. We crawled around in the grasslands. And you know what? The grasslands were key. Because you come out of the trees. You don't need your arms swinging up above so much. Like that. And you got to stand up to look over the grasslands, see where the lions are. And standing up became more important. And if you could stand up better, you survived and reproduced, so we started standing up more over time. And now we came out of the trees, and we're on Mars. I love me some dolphins, Carol. Are there dolphins on Mars? No. I love me the whales. I think ant intelligence is probably more intelligent than human intelligence in its own way. They regulate the hive just with their bodies, the temperature. But are ants on Mars? No. Bats? No. Birds? Lizards? Dinosaurs? Those bastards, I remember them. I was there with the dinosaurs. Damn! Dinosaurs, do you ever get to Mars? No. Carol, can we show them some pictures?
Yeah, man.
Oh, monkeys. Have you really? No, I'm serious. Look, seriously, let's look. There we go. Okay. First picture. Pause that baby. That's the crater. That's where we landed, in the crater. What is that? 820,000 gajillion miles from Earth to Mars? What? I forget the exact figure. That is what? Carol, I can't even throw a dart from 15 feet away and hit the dartboard, let alone the bullseye. And they had 823 gajillion miles from Earth to Mars, aiming for that big crater, and look where they put it.
Right in the flat spot.
Did you feel that? Did you feel that, monkeys? Did I do it? Did you get it? Did you get that chill that only science can do? Did you just feel that, Carol? Because I felt it, and I was the one who was telling you about it. Next picture. Oh, this is the best part. I love this part, okay? I love this part. Now, how the hell are we getting a picture from above of the rover we were just now landing on Mars? How did we do that, Carol?
Satellite.
We had a robot going to Mars, and at the same time, the other robot, one of the other robots, we have many robots on Mars now. I think you could say a couple, you could say a few. A couple is two, a few is three or more. I think we have a handful of robots on Mars right now. Maybe not many. We have a handful of robots on Mars. When we sent one robot, you can see it there on the left and on the right in close-up with the parachute. You've seen these pictures, right? we had another robot at just that moment, Carol, in the right position. They didn't know this was going to work until it worked. They had another robot right there above it taking a picture. Let's go to the next. I love that. You can even see the hole in the middle of the parachute there. That is us landing on Mars, monkeys. Okay, sorry, I'm getting excited. I get a chill from science. What's the next one? Yeah, we'll do that. It's just great. Look at that. That's us in the rover, or in the robot we just sent, looking down at the heat shield we just released. There's a video in high resolution color. That is right there, monkeys. That is humanity dropping a heat shield on Mars. Now, this is the map of all the pieces. You can see the heat shield at what's probably the bottom right to you. You can see the parachute on the bottom left. Up on the top left, Carol, that sky crane. Don't you feel bad for the sky crane? They just crashed it and just got it out of the way. The sky crane, we had a sky crane. This is so amazing. It all worked, every piece of it. You know how many things could have gone wrong? And there's Curiosity in the middle. All right, let's hit the next one. I just love this. But here's the thing, Carol. The thing about Curiosity, yeah, there's more. The pieces, right?
All the ballast.
That's all the ballast and pieces, Carol says. Here's the thing about Curiosity. You know what it did? What it did yesterday was it just spent all day downloading the new software. So instead of the Fly to Mars software, we said you can ditch the Fly to Mars. Oh, pause it there. You can ditch the Fly to Mars software. Now you have to download the Rove Around Mars software. So they didn't even load it all up with the software it needed. They figured we could send it the new software when if it gets there, and it got there. Now that is just its little feet. That's one of its little feet. That is the surface of Mars. And Carol, we got these pictures immediately, within a day or two. We got this one within 30 seconds maybe, or a minute if you were watching. That's the first reel. That's the fisheye. Send the next one. They adjust for the fisheye. There we go. That mountain there behind it, all the way in the distance, that's the mountain that it's going to climb. Carol, we are going to climb that mountain together with our little rover on Mars. I'm sorry, I just got another shiver. That's just incredible. All right, we should go. Those are the. Oh, that's right. That's the rover's butt. Look, that's the view from the rover's butthole right there, looking down at the bottom of the butthole of the rover, and look at that panoramic view. Oh my God. Amazing! And that is the view from above the rover, pieced together from one of the satellites. So we're now looking down at what our rover that we landed on Mars looks like from the other machines we have circling Mars. Freaking amazing. Completely amazing. I'm mad I didn't go to the Museum of Natural Sciences, Carol. They had a late night thing. Yeah. Oh, monkeys on Mars. Yeah. Romney's Veep steaks don't look too important now. Oh, okay. We should go on. All right. Yeah. Have you thought, Carol? I'm going to take off the monkey because I really want to talk about this because I used to be a journalist, right? I know I'm sitting here in a T-shirt and showing the microphone cord, but it's true. I used to be a serious journalist, honest. That's monkey fur, Carol. We've got monkey fur in the house. So all these reporters now are so focused on being the first to break the story of who's going to be Romney's VP pick, right? And regardless of whether it was a Democrat or Republican, when you look at the way the media operates, the behavior of the media when it falls down on the job, I think that nonpartisan-wise, Democrats, Republicans, Independents, Libertarians, whatever, Communists, we can all look at this and say this is ridiculous. Remember, this is a story that everybody's going to get within 15 minutes of the first reporter getting it, right? Right, Carol? First reporter is going to be like, I broke the story. His VP pick is a woman, which is the only way Mitt Romney's going to win. I know. There's not even a woman in contention. Carol, you look at all the people that Mitt Romney's considering. He's got Bobby Jindal, never going to do Bobby Jindal. He's got Marco Rubio, he's never going to do Marco Rubio. The rest are all white men, but they're all men. Think about it. This is 2012, and I'm hoping Romney chooses a woman, Carol. Actually, I'm not, because the only way he can win is if he chooses a woman. Seriously, I think that's true. I mean, maybe the $350 billion that his rich friends are going to dump on into television for the next 90 days. Maybe that will have a good effect. I don't know. I'm holding out some hope that other elections where huge amounts of money have been dumped haven't worked. Because Mitt Romney, I think, the more you get to know him, the less you like him. I think that's just what I think people are finding. But maybe the money will have an effect, but I don't think Mitt Romney has a chance at this point. However, the only chance I think he has is if he chooses a damn woman. In all that will be the surprise. No, certainly not an idiot like Sarah Palin, but you know what I'm talking about. I don't know. What's Kay Bailey Hutchinson doing? Is she too old? Someone like that. Maybe Elizabeth Dole. Nah, she lost. She wouldn't help the ticket at all. But I really think that's the only way Mitt Romney's going to win. But none of the people he's considering. This is 2012. Not one of the names being floated by anyone looking at the Romney campaign is female. Not one of the names is even realistically being floated that's female. That's really sad. But anyway, to get back to the point, but the other point's a good point too, I think. Feel free to call, Carol. The number's right there, right? 996-6775. If you want to call, we're live until 8:30 tonight, so hurry up and call. Feel free to call. But that just really surprised me. There's that, at this point in the game, when both parties have had, nominees who are women for president and vice president, and serious contenders in the primaries, at this point, for a presidential candidate to not even be seen to be considering any woman in America for the VP slot, something's seriously wrong there. Anyway, the press is going crazy right now trying to be the point. They are investing. The things I'm reading, Carol, the things you look at is you go find the adult children you assign reporters to trail the adult children of all of the possible vice presidential contenders, Carol. And if they get on a plane, that's your sign that something's going on. And that means the Romney campaign is going to have the different contenders get their families on planes to throw people off. This is just a game. It's ridiculous. It's the Romney campaign dangling a little bit of news, and the reporters go crazy for it. What does this mean? This means that the reporters are saying things like, come on, I'll owe you a favor if you leak it to me first. That's what's happening. Come on, look what I did for you before. You can show it to me first. Who's going to be your VP? This will make my career, right? This is what reporters are doing. They're scrambling now. You know what else they do, Carol? This is my favorite. Following the people around, but tracking the charter planes in all the areas around the possible contenders. They have reporters tracking charter planes in cities where the vice presidential contenders are. That's what they're wasting time. And remember, this is for a story that in 5 minutes after you break the news, they're going to call up the Romney campaign, all the other reporters, confirm it, and they're going to have this story. This is what, when CNN screwed up the healthcare decision, still, the people that got it right, the AP was saying we got it right, but then Bloomberg came along. If you follow media news sites, which I used to be a reporter, so I follow Romanesco and other places, Bloomberg was like, no, we got it, and they used the freaking timestamps to say that Bloomberg got the announcement of the healthcare decision at the Supreme Court a few months back 30 seconds before AP, and thus deserved the credit for breaking the story. This is a story that everybody was going to have in a minute, right? Okay, Carol, I'm obviously, my voice is getting shrill. I'm spitting. I can see the spit in the lights here. You may or may not be able to see the little spittle flecks that I can see reflected in the lights, because these lights are hot. But this is insane. Why don't they spend as much time focusing on other things that really matter? Like the fact in today's paper, I love this. Oh, this was good too, Carol. Can we show this? Can you show this one here? I love this. So Blackwater agrees to, trying to bribe countries for, let's see, Sudan, in southern Sudan, to land $15 billion. $15 billion. They were accused of illegally trying to get $15 billion in contracts in Sudan, when the government said, U.S. government said, nobody can do business in Sudan, right? And all kinds of other law breaking. And what's their penalty? Nobody goes to jail. They break these laws. $7.5 million is their penalty. Do you know what that percentage is between 15 billion way up there and 7.5 million? That's just the cost of doing business, right? Great punishment. Great no, that's no punishment at all for a company like Z or Blackwater or whatever it's called. But anyway, on page 5 or 4, let's show this one, Carol. Romney's welfare attack exaggerated, experts say. So I was watching the Daily Show at my friend Dusty's house last night, watching the Olympics actually. And did you see the gymnastics? Oh man, some of those floor exercises from the women were just amazing. But you know, NBC's coverage, don't even get me started, is just, it's choppy, and they don't give you any context, like where in the competition we are and how the other teams, it's just so choppy and stupid. I don't know how. You know how many live feeds the BBC's offering, Carol? Live online feeds the BBC's offering. 24. How many live online feeds is NBC offering? I think it's 1. There was an article in the Times and a bunch of other people. If you go to my Twitter page, I linked to an article that talks about how the BBC is really showing us how the future of the Olympics, how the future of television is going to look. And everybody says, well, NBC's ratings are through the roof. They're the highest ratings ever. And Carol, you know, that's just bad logic. Because if the NBC coverage had to compete with the BBC's coverage, you see, they all have these exclusives. Now, in the last 4 years, the Olympics has gone from Greece, the Summer Olympics, to London, a country that America has a much closer relationship to, right, Carol? And we love the royals, right? We're kind of fixated on that. And, you know, it's obvious there was going to be more interest in the English-speaking countries' Olympics. That's just obvious. And so they're saying, well, the ratings are higher than ever. It's like, well, that doesn't say a thing. Give us a choice between the BBC coverage and the NBC coverage, but they have these exclusive arrangements. So we can't even, without using some kind of little downloadable trick, which we all know exists and don't talk about, you can't watch coverage on the BBC's website very much. Not the live streams, because NBC would freak out. They've paid a lot of money for that. You have to be in England to get the BBC's online feeds. Hi, you're on the air.
Yeah, I agree with you. Romney should pick a woman. And I think it should be a woman who is also black and possibly even a lesbian. Do you know who?
I got to give him points for humor. But, you know, but what you're doing, this is not about identity. This isn't about doing it just because you're supposed to do it.
Right.
This is about where is Romney weakest in the polls. Are you following this?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, because Romney is weakest. It would be smart. It would be smart. But here's why he's not going to do Jindal, and here's why he's not going to do Rubio. You ready?
Yeah.
He needs the racist vote.
Right.
And so he's not going to choose the semi-black looking guy from Louisiana, and he's not going to choose the Hispanic guy from Florida.
In that case, probably.
Yeah. Well, you know, whatever. I mean, my point is.
Vote, yeah.
So we're gonna, you know, it's ridiculous since he has to go white to beat the black president.
Right.
It's ridiculous that he's not even considering a woman. Now, maybe he'll surprise me if he chooses a woman, I'll be a little more worried.
And like you said, the Republican women are kind of long in the tooth. Hutchinson and Elizabeth Dole, they're probably not going to want to do it.
I'm trying to, I don't know much about the Republican female backbench.
One of the CEOs, Carly Fiorina, or the woman that was CEO of Hewlett Packard, there are two of them, and I can't think of the other
Carly
one's name.
Fiorina, no, you're thinking of Meg from eBay.
Yeah, Meg Whitman.
Meg Whitman, and was it Whitman? Okay, and Carly Fiorina from Hewlett Packard. Yeah, well, they both kind of crashed and burned.
Yeah, right.
They both ran for office and both lost, didn't they?
Right.
And they both dumped a huge ton of money on their campaigns.
I agree. Romney is impressing people sort of like Kerry. They just can't warm up to the guy. And I think they trust him more on the economy than Obama. But they're going to vote for Obama probably because Romney, there's just a little discomfort there with people.
Well, yeah. Well, can we talk about this, Carol? Now, y'all know I've talked about my own little tax troubles, where I didn't file in years that I should have gotten a refund. Thank you very much. Right. So it's quite different from offshore Swiss bank accounts, Carol, or whatever.
I used to work for the IRS. Everybody said that, by the way, who didn't file. Oh, I would have gotten a refund anyway if I
actually, in my case, it's true. I mean, I've been sending them the returns little bits at a time for the years that I didn't file. And in my case, I'm looking at you. Carol, can I show him? It's true. Okay, so anyway, I mean, why am I talking about it publicly if it wouldn't be true? So here we go. The GOP on the Reid tax claims. Harry Reid's been saying, obviously the reason that Romney's not releasing his returns is because he didn't pay any taxes.
Yeah, right.
In
the
those
offshore
years.
Stuff.
Yeah. And the GOP reaction has been furious. It's McCarthy. How dare he say? And all. What does that say? What does that say to you? Except that's exactly what's going on here. The reason Romney is not releasing his tax returns is that he finagled it so that there were certain years that he didn't pay any taxes on his gazillion dollars, right? That's the only possible reason it could be.
He has no more tricks in his bag. He's not saying anything new that's helping him.
Yeah.
He's still doing the gas once in a while. He's not doing any good cleanup work that erases all the gas and things that he's been doing. So he's kind of up against the wall, I think, overall.
Maybe, except for that huge pile of billionaire money that's now because of this is the first presidential campaign monkeys where any individual can give any amount of money. Sheldon, what's his name, Edelman or whatever, he gave $100 million.
Right.
$100 million. Now, that's going to buy a lot of ad time. That ad that Romney, this is what I wanted to talk about, Romney's welfare attack exaggerated, right?
Right.
He ran that ad. I was at my friend, my buddy Dusty's house last night at the Olympics. He ran this ad saying that Obama took out the work requirement in workfare.
Right.
And now you look at it and it's like state governors, including 29 Republican governors, asked for more flexibility in applying this. And guess what? According to the NNO on page 4 today, Mitt Romney in 2005 was one of the governors who asked for the flexibility to do this stuff that he is now, as a candidate for president, attacking Obama in a way that's designed, welfare queens, it's designed to bring up all this subtle racist garbage about black people on welfare, even though there are more white people on welfare than black people in America today. But that's what Romney's doing. And that money, that hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, can buy a lot of ads that will fool people. Now, Obama, I'm not saying Obama's ads are any less fooling, but that's all Romney's got right now.
Right.
But the fact that he could actually, this is the kind of person Mitt Romney is. How much time we got, Carol? 1 minute? This is the kind of person Mitt Romney is, and every president does it when they're desperate, and Romney's desperate.
Right.
He's got a sitting president who's consistently just a few points above him in the polls. It's like this, Obama, Romney, and it's been like that.
Reasonably popular as a person.
People like him generally, except for the damn racists. But it's been like this, and Romney's got to do something. And so he was governor asking for the very same change that he's now in the welfare law, that he's now turning around during the Olympics and running these misleading ads that Obama got rid of the work requirements so that he can get the racist vote excited.
And not to even mention Romney Care on top of it all.
But that's the kind of campaign Mitt Romney's running.
He's got nothing left. He's got nothing left, really.
We can only hope. All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks, man.
Bye. What? How much time?
We're done.
We're done.